My name is HIBBATUL Arif bin Sheikh AHMAD, and my group member ni AHMAD TAJUDDIN NAFIZ, MOHAMMAD KHALID IQBAL, SYED Muhammad IDRUS. Today we are going to present about operating system, which is the difference between Windows and Linux. Okay, what is operating system? Operating system is a program that acts as intermediary between a user of a computer and the computer hardware. Okay, second, the operating system is a system software that manages computer hardware and software. Okay. The third one is the application program usually require an OS to make it function. Okay, next, for the window memory management, I will invite AHMAD TAJUDDIN NAFIZ to present this.
Okay, I'm going to present about the Windows memory management. There are four memory manager. Okay, first about the virtual memory manager, it's known as VMM. It's an executive component responsible for managing memory in the Windows. Okay, next about the page file. Page file stores page that do not fit in memory in Windows. For example, in Windows XP, it supports up to 16 page file. Okay, next about the prefetching. It moves a page from disk to main memory before they are needed. Okay, next about the lazy allocation. Lazy allocation avoid allocating memory until it's necessary to use. Okay, next. Okay, about the Linux memory management. Linux implements the virtual memory data structure in a similar manner to Unix. It will maintain a linked list of VM area structs. These are structures which represent continuous memory area which have the same protection parameters. Next is also distribution of process address space. All the three systems in Linux distribute the process virtual address space in a similar manner. It also has higher part of it used by the kernel, while the process can use the lower part. In Linux, usually 3 GB is kept for the process and 1 GB given to the kernel. Meanwhile, in Windows, only 2 GB are kept for each. Next, okay, for Windows file management, I will invite Syed Muhammad Idrus. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Syed Muhammad Idrus bin Sheikh AHMAD. Okay, now let's talk about Windows file management. Windows file management allow users to search for files using File Explorer. File Explorer is a window with all the different storage devices listed, allowing the user to search each device separately. Next, user also can search for specific files using a keyword from file name that can be entered into a search bar. Next, allow large individual files to be handled without a problem. In Windows file management, it increases file security and more efficient file system. Meanwhile, in Linux file management, popular programs are Dolphin and Nautilus. Linux commands entered need to be precise in order to locate a file. Next, it allows users to use command line, which can be compared to Microsoft DOS. In Linux file management, it treats file kind of like a tree structure. Next, it utilizes command line to move or rename files. Lastly, it tends to operate more like Windows File Explorer does. Next, I will pass to Mr. KHALID.
Okay, thank you to Syed. Okay, right now I will tell you about Windows process management. So about the process, they have address space, handle table, statistic, at least one thread. Okay, and then there are no inherent parent-child relationship. For the thread, it's use basic scheduling unit. Windows has a kernel mode, windowing subsystem. next one is real-time scheduling in Windows. Windows XP supports static round-robin scheduling policy for thread with priorities in real-time range 16 to 31. Okay, I will tell about the Windows XP round-robin scheduling. Thread run for up to 1 quantum. Quantum is result to full 1/3 on preemption. Priorities never get boosted. Okay, so for the scheduling time slice in Windows, the thread time slice quantum slice is called quantum. So it's 10 millisecond until 120 millisecond. When quanta can vary, has one of two values. Okay, for the Linux process management. Okay, for the thread, tasks can act like Windows thread by sharing handle, table, PID and address space. B thread is cooperative user mode thread. Okay, for the windowing, Linux has a user mode which is X windowing system. For the real-time scheduling in Linux support two static priority scheduling policies, which is round robin and FIFO, which is first in first out. When a scheduling FIFO task start running, it continues to run until it voluntarily yield the processor block in a preempted by a higher priority real-time task, and all other tasks lower priority will not be scheduled until it relinquish the CPU. Okay, next. Okay, Linux also provide basic address space, handle table, statistic. They also have parent-child relationship, while Windows does not have. Okay, and the last one is basic scheduling unit. So I will pass the next characteristic to my friend Sheikh Arif.
Okay, thank you to Mr. Khalid. Now I will present you about the input-output management for the Windows. Okay, first, the I/O manager is responsible for all input-output for the operating system. Okay, it provides uniform interface that all type of drivers can call. The I/O manager works closely with cache manager, file system drivers, network drivers, and hardware device drivers. Okay, for the cache manager, it handles all file caching. Okay, second, for file system drivers, it routes input-output request for file system volume to the appropriate software driver for that volume. Okay, the third one, network drivers implemented as software drivers rather than part of the Windows execution. Okay, next, Windows offer two model of input-output operation, which is asynchronous and synchronous. Okay, asynchronous mode is used wherever possible to optimize application performance. Okay, like just now I said about the I/O manager. The I/O manager have 4 layers, which is the first one is hardware device driver, network drivers. The third one is file system drivers, and the cache manager. Okay, proceed to I/O management. First, for the elevator scheduler, it maintains a single queue for this read and write request. Okay. Second, it keeps list of requests sorted by block number. Drive move in a single direction to satisfy each request. Okay, the second one is the deadline scheduler. Okay, the deadline scheduler, they use 3 queues. First is the incoming request. Second, read request go to the tail of first in first out queue. Okay, the last one is the write request go to the tail of a first in first out queue. Okay, so in the request, for each request has an expired time. Okay, I think that's all from our group for the difference between Windows and Linux for the operating system. That's all from us. Thank you.